Hey parents, welcome. I am going to try to help you navigate through my page, and hopefully it will help you navigate through other teachers' pages. I know this is some crazy times, but some kids are doing great with this and some kids are not doing great with this. I want you to know that this is a no judgment zone. My husband and I, we fostered 25 teenage boys came through our house. We normally had 3 or 4 kids here at a time, and it was a beating trying to get them to do the work. And that was without COVID-19. I also homeschooled my own 2 daughters, and it was crazy time trying to get them to sit down and do the work. At least when I was homeschooling them, I knew what the work was. You guys do not have that option. But I can tell you that even with our foster sons, that they got stuck doing online um, online summer school, which when your kids hit high school, that's what they'll end up doing. We were like, okay, 8 a.m., you're sitting at the kitchen table. And that's just how we did it. Now, if you're working and your kids are at home, you don't have that option. But I'm going to let you know that like school is happening and it's happening every day. And our kids got into a kind of a lull in the T4 time because they could basically sit around and do nothing, and teachers were still required to give them grades for doing nothing because of the unusual circumstances we are in. But right now, kids are either choosing to be in the classroom or their parents are choosing them to be in the classroom, or they're choosing to be at home. And so we all have a responsibility to be on it. First and foremost, if zeros are going in the grade book and your child is telling you that they're doing the work, they're not doing the work. And we dealt with that all the time with our foster kids. I mean, kids are kids. They're going to try to get out of doing stuff. They're going to try to deflect anger. They're going to try to make it the teacher's fault. But 99 times out of 100, it's not the teacher. And I have to say that because every once in a while, there's something that I forget to do, or I don't see that assignment, that paper got stuck to another piece of paper or something. And so I'll put that out there, but 99% of the time it's the student. And so please, 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 I'm not judging your kid. Kids are kids. I tried to get out of stuff too when I was a kid. So, but we have a lot of kids. I probably have 10% of my kids that are doing nothing, and it's going to catch up with them very, very quickly. So I want to show you how to navigate through Canvas on these pages. But before I start, I want you to know that you have some other options. Even before Canvas, there's the Skyward. Skyward will send you, and this is how we survived with having 25 foster kids in our house. Skyward, if you request it, will send you notifications every day for missing assignments, low grades. Even when they try to skip a class, you'll get a notification for that, which was a blessing for us, but it was also a lot of work to try to keep up with it, because I can't remember what the exact notifications were. If you got one for missing assignments and then you got one for low grades, or they tried to skip class or something. But you could have, if you have 3 kids, you might get 6 email notifications every day. So you just have to be willing to look at that and keep up with it. But it is a way to look at things. Canvas too, I'm just letting you know that I just found out that there's like a Canvas parent app. In fact, when I was trying to look up the Kid Canvas app, there's one for students, I found out there's a Teacher Canvas app. So that's kind of cool. And so if you have the ability to have that kind of thing on your phone to take up, I know it takes up some of your storage and data, but it's well worth it if you're able to do that. Also, if not, you can always just, like I said, you look at their grades every day. Look at their grades. Challenge your children to look at their grades every day. I challenge them in class to look at their grades, because some kids just don't know. They think they're doing things and they're not doing anything. Okay, so I want to speak. This video is specific for algebra parents, and so I want to just see, when your kids log in, this is what they see on my page. Now I'm a female and I'm a teacher for a long time, so I made all the cute little buttons. But if I'm a coach and I'm a guy, I'm probably not going to do cute buttons. So everything that you see here, this is just kind of a front page. These are little shortcut links to different things, but everything is in these modules. So if a teacher says you need to do something, like you need to do the 1.1 practice, or you need to do the 1.3 note, 1.4 notes, your kid might have to go look for it. And so, but they can do it. I have confidence that they can. And so they can do that. Now, just while we're on this page, let me just, because I'm trying to make this a quick video. Under 15 minutes is quick for this because I have a lot of information. When I give your kids, say, a homework assignment, or I give your kids notes in algebra, I have not required them to upload things. I tried to require them to upload things, but it didn't work like Classroom and Google Classroom. And by the time I figured it out, I just told them not to worry about it. And I don't know if I ever will, because I'm getting enough grades off of other things. But that makes your kid have to be more responsible for taking care of these. So in algebra, this is how it works. They get a notes assignment that they do at home. If the child is sitting in my classroom, that's what they do for homework. Everybody does the same homework. Everybody's getting the same instruction, whether they're at home or not. And so the next day when they come in class, they do the homework. Now I'm going to try to nutshell this because this has been a problem. In class with my students, they get to go ask me questions. Remote kids don't. But at 3:50, I'm in a Zoom meeting. So if your kid shows up at 3:50, your algebra kid for this remote meeting, they need to have this homework done so I can show them the key and they can ask questions. Because right now, everyone showing up for Zoom doesn't have any questions. They're just staring at me. And I figure it's because their parents are telling them they have to go, but they're not doing anything. I'm letting you know. I post the key. This is a very detailed key. I would show it to you, but it won't really show up in this Screencastify video. And so the key is there. You can see there's the 1.2 practice. I tried to get some kids to do. Some kids have still not done it. I did take a grade on that, but there's the key. There's the 1.3 practice. There's the key. There's the 1.4 practice, and doesn't look like I put the key up. So I need to, oh no, there's the key right there. So 1.5 notes was the last thing we ended with, and then they're going to do the homework on Tuesday during class, the Tuesday after Labor Day. So there it is right there. Okay, Delta Math sign up. Some kids have not done that yet, and so I'm taking grades off of that. So your kid needs to go and do that. Quizzes. I'm doing a lot of things off of quizzes. So here was a quizzes right here, and so some kids never did it. Now let's talk about makeup grades. In pre-AP algebra, there aren't any. So when you take a test, I will make that up and we'll talk about that. If your kid didn't do well on the first mid-unit test, have them show up Wednesday at 3:50. They will go through some practice problems and then I will give them the code. If they don't show up for that, then they won't get the code. So make sure that they show up 3:50 on Wednesday. I will also send an email out at that. When your kids log on every day, just because they logged on doesn't mean they did anything. So this used to be a daily check-in. I took that off because kids were just checking in and doing absolutely nothing. So I took it off. Here's the quizzes. They can now click on this and it will send them to, I don't think you can see it, so I'm going to take it off. Okay, they'll go to quizzes. Daily do. This is something where they can, it will tell them what they're supposed to do every day. So this is something I just started 2 days ago. And so I think that'll be super helpful. It'll tell the student what to do. They can always go to week at a glance, and this is for this week, so it might change a little bit, but it'll tell them, okay, on Tuesday, they're going to go over the test. They're going to do the practice. Then at night, they're going to do these notes. So it's this practice right here. If you have a remote learner, if they show up at 3:50 for my tutorial, then they need to have the practice done so they can ask me about it. Otherwise, we're just staring at each other and there's absolutely no point for them to be there. With that said, Zooming. I am meeting every day at 3:50. I've been having algebra kids. Oh, and by the way, I'm in my closet. If you haven't noticed, I'm in my closet, and this is Labor Day. And so I'm here because I care about your kids and I want them to be successful. But some of our kids are taking a back seat to this. And again, no judgment, parents. It is a constant battle. 25 kids in my house. foster boys, teenage foster boys. It was a daily crazy thing to do with them. But anyway, if videos are not working on my YouTube notes, which by the way, it's the same thing, everybody's seeing the same instruction, whether you're in class or not. I created this. You can actually go straight to my videos. You might have to look for it, but there is a link now for it. I just put that in. Here is Delta Math. If you go to it, it'll require you to sign on if your kid has not signed on yet. Most have, but there's instructions on how to sign in. So your kid might need to do that. I want to just stress with your child that they need to be on top of this, especially if they are at home. A lot of kids are taking the easy street and it's not working for them. Now, I want to cut this video short. I don't want to go over 15 minutes. But your child is responsible for a lot of things, and they have got to do it on time. I've got kids that are saying, let me say this, if your kid doesn't do it at all and they get a 0, they can make that up. But they only get so many days to do it. And so you can't ask for a code that's been dead for 3 days because you only have like a 3-day window for makeup. And if you do it, you won't get full credit. And some of the kids don't understand that. They're home, but they have to do something every single day to stay on top of it. And with the algebra, it's going to spin out of control. I already have like 3 or 4 kids. They didn't take the test. They literally didn't take the test. And they're asking me, some of them are asking me for the code right now. I'm like, it's already over. You're going to have to go to the tutorial. The highest grade you can get is a 70. So please, parents, it's a lot of work. Do the Skyward app. Do the Canvas app if possible. I know it's a lot of extra, but it will help you stay on top of your kids. Please, please, please believe your teachers. I am available every day at 3:50 for specifically algebra. It was for everybody, but I realized I'm going to have a second video session Zoom after that for my 7th graders. Your teachers are working really hard, so please, please, please be gracious with them. We're doing the best we can. Have a beautiful Labor Day, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.